Josh Allen is a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. I like him. I'm rooting for him. I think Josh Allen is a great person. He's got an incredible arm, a lot of potential. The Bills drafted Josh Allen number 7 overall in the NFL draft. And again, one of the reasons why I like him so much, he's got a big arm. You need that in Buffalo. In Buffalo, it's windy. There's a lot of rain, a lot of snow. You need to have a guy with a lot of arm strength in Buffalo. However, today I feel really, really bad for Josh Allen. Today, Josh Allen was named the starter for the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen will start week 2 against the LA Chargers. Oh, man, I don't feel good about it at all. I feel very concerned. I'm very worried for Josh Allen. If you're listening, I'm going to assume you've either learned how to drive a car at some point in your life, or you're a kid, and at some point you're going to learn how to drive a car. There are 3 ways to learn how to drive a car. The first way is the easiest way. You can learn how to drive a car on a automatic transmission, which means there's only 2 things you have to worry about. You have to worry about the gas pedal and the brake pedal. You go and you stop. It's pretty simple. You got to put the car in reverse sometimes, but it's pretty easy to learn how to drive a car with an automatic transmission. I would compare that to learning how to play quarterback with a really good roster. The better your teammates are, the better you're going to do, and the easier it is for you to do your job. If you have great wide receivers, a great offensive line, a good running game, a great defense, it's easier to play quarterback. Just the honest truth. That's why, Ben Roethlisberger had a huge advantage coming into the NFL. He dominated as a rookie and won a Super Bowl because he had a great roster around him. Now, the next way to learn how to drive a car is with a manual transmission. It's much more difficult. I learned how to drive at one point, and then I had to relearn how to drive when I got a new car. I got a car with a manual transmission, and there was just way more moving pieces. It was a lot harder to learn. You had to not only worry about the brakes and the gas, but now you had to worry about a third pedal, the clutch, and you had to change gears, and it was a lot. It was a lot of moving pieces. You're asked to do a lot more. If you're driving a manual, your job is more difficult because it's more complicated. You're being asked to do a lot more as a driver of a car. That is like learning how to play quarterback in the NFL with a bad roster. There's less help around you. You got to do more. It's not impossible. You can do it, but your job is a lot more difficult. It's a lot more difficult to learn how to play quarterback when you have a bad roster around you. Now, there's a third way to learn how to drive a car, and I don't advise it. It's not great. You can learn how to drive a car that has no brakes, but it's not going to go very well. It's actually impossible to drive a car without any brakes. I'm sure some commenter is going to find some ways, but if you're teaching a kid who's 16 years old how to drive a car that has no brakes, it's not going to go well. It's going to go awful. The Buffalo Bills not only have a bad roster, so it's already tough, but the Buffalo Bills do not have an offensive line. It's ugly. It's bad. The Buffalo Bills are throwing their rookie quarterback Josh Allen to the wolves. They are not setting him up to be successful. Having no offensive line is like learning how to drive a car that has no brakes. It's impossible. It's not going to go well. It's not going to work out. I do not recommend learning how to drive a manual that has no brakes. It doesn't work. You're going to fail. I feel so bad for Josh Allen. I do. It sucks. And people are going to argue with me. People are going to say, Josh Allen's just getting a bunch of reps. Josh Allen is learning on the job. No. Slow down. Sam Darnold is learning on the job. Sam Darnold is every rep learning from. You can't learn anything when you don't even have a chance to be successful. Josh Allen is being set up to fail. This is what the Cleveland Browns did last year with DeShone Kizer. They threw DeShone Kizer to the Wolves. They didn't give him a chance. They said, learn as you go, and he failed. They traded him. He didn't work out. If the Buffalo Bills had a great roster, I would support this a lot more. They could play it safe. They could ask very little of Josh Allen. They could run the ball well. They could do what, honestly, the Cowboys did a couple years ago with Dak Prescott. That's actually what the Jaguars do now with Blake Bortles. They hide Blake Bortles' limitations because they have a great roster, great defense, great running game. The problem is the Bills have a bad roster. If the Bills want to be competitive, they're going to have to ask Josh Allen to do things he's not capable of doing. They're going to have to ask him to do too much, and it's not going to go well. He's not ready, and he's not capable. I really believe, I think Aaron Rodgers would struggle to win games with the Buffalo Bills roster. Aaron Rodgers would. He'd find some way, but he would struggle. So for you to think that if Aaron Rodgers would struggle with this roster, how in the world do you think a rookie quarterback like Josh Allen is going to be successful with the Buffalo Bills roster? It's not going to work. They do not have an offensive line. That means they have no shot. You're not giving Josh Allen a shot to be successful. There's a chance I'm wrong. I'll admit that maybe I'm wrong about this. I'm not at the Buffalo Bills practice every single day. I can admit that. But I'm pretty confident disaster's coming for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. It doesn't look good. I watched the preseason. I've watched every snap he's taken. I'm not surprised. I'm not excited, I should say. And it's really sad. It's so sad. Because if Josh Allen fails, it will not be his fault. He will be the victim of a bad decision by the Bills organization. That is unfortunate. That is sad. Because Josh Allen showed promise. He's shown a guy that could develop into a really good quarterback. The problem is it's just too early. It's not right. Listen to this. The Buffalo Bills' next 3 games are the Chargers, the Vikings, and the Packers. Really? Those are playoffs, and a potential playoff team. The Chargers, the Vikings, the Packers. 3 losses in a row and 3 beatdowns. The Bills are going to be 0-4, limping around, just getting destroyed. It's not good. Now, here's what I know is happening right now. I know some Buffalo Bills fan is at home going, Zach, what do you want the Buffalo Bills to do? The Bills have Nathan Peterman. Would you rather the Bills play Nathan Peterman? Well, okay. There are only 2 quarterbacks on the Buffalo Bills roster. They have second-year quarterback Nathan Peterman and rookie quarterback Josh Allen. The thing everybody's missing, do not forget the Buffalo Bills created this situation. The reason why the Buffalo Bills are in this situation is because they traded away Tyrod Taylor. The Bills had Tyrod Taylor, a borderline franchise quarterback. And the Bills traded Tyrod Taylor to the Browns for a 3rd-round draft pick. They could have had a guy to take all the snaps. They could have had a guy to show Josh Allen the ropes. In fact, that's what the Browns are doing for their rookie quarterback, Baker Mayfield. The Bills had it. They threw it away. Tyrod Taylor is a stable quarterback. He's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He could have done the same thing for the Buffalo Bills. I understand why Buffalo Bills fans are going to be infuriated. If they had to watch Nathan Peterman throw all over himself for another week, I would have been frustrated too. I get it. I understand. But Josh Allen isn't ready. Josh Allen is not ready to play. Have you ever had Eggs Benedict? Eggs Benedict is a dish my dad makes. In Eggs Benedict, there is a thing called hollandaise sauce. And if you screw up hollandaise sauce, if you take hollandaise sauce out too early, if you take it off, I don't know how you cook it. I have no idea. I've asked my dad this before. If you take it off the pot too early, it's ruined. It screws it up. And if you take it off too early, if you take it off prematurely, you'd have to throw it away and start over with a new batch of hollandaise sauce. That is my fear that will happen to Josh Allen. I'm afraid that if the Buffalo Bills put out Josh Allen too early, they can ruin him, and it's never going to work, and they're going to have to start over again in 2 years. That is my fear with Josh Allen. And the sad thing is, again, Josh Allen has potential. I love the kid. I'm rooting for him. I hope I'm dead wrong with everything I am saying. But I am highly concerned that the Bills are not being smart. I don't know if the owner came down from the top and said something. I don't know what happened, but Josh Allen's not ready to play. And they should not be starting in week 2. Especially, again, looking ahead, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Packers, loss, beat down. It's not going to be good. It's going to be ugly. And I don't think you... See, people are going to say, oh, again, you got to learn on the job. I fixed my car this summer. I changed my starter. The reason why I was able to change my starter and learn as I went was because I had a little bit of knowledge. I already knew how to turn a wrench. I knew what tools I needed. You can't learn on the job if you have no idea what you're doing. And I think Josh Allen is just way too beyond his depth. My friend Shelby never worked on a car, has no idea anything about cars. She couldn't learn as she goes and fix a starter. She doesn't have the base level of knowledge required. I don't think Josh Allen has the base level of knowledge required to learn on the job as a starting quarterback. He's not ready. And so I am so afraid. I am sad. I'm nervous for the Buffalo Bills in week 2. They're going to play the Chargers. They're going to get railed, and they're going to give Josh Allen bad habits and ask him to do too much. It's very concerning. I'm really concerned about the Buffalo Bills and their quarterback situation with Josh Allen. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my show, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my pride and joy. I'm very proud of it. If you're new to Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, or you can find more shorter breakout videos like the one you just watched. And if you like what I had to say, maybe you hate what I had to say, share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Have a great day.